It's a real pleasure to have you with us, Maurizio Marchesini, Vice President of Confindustria for Industries and Small and Medium Enterprises. We were not sure you would have time for us, but we are very pleased that you're here at Xylexpo and you were able to stop by and have a chat with us. You are renowned for being very clear and straightforward in your opinions. So tell us your opinion about this wood industry pipeline. I've, well, as Italians, in the past 10 to 20 years, we made huge changes, industrially speaking. We currently produce good things, quality products, niche-specific products, tailor-made items for our clients. This brings about some difficulties. An industry niche is interesting only if it has a global coverage. The size of our enterprises is not a very large one, but the interesting aspect is how we accomplish all of this. We accomplish this through a system that it's called supply chain, industry chain, which is fragile on the one hand, but it allows us to recover very quickly from crisis period such as the pandemic one. It allowed us to keep our inflation rate lower than in other places, and it allows us to be very flexible. The distinctive feature of the Italian manufacturing industry, specifically machine manufacturing industry, is to be extremely flexible and to adhere to market requests. There is an issue that Confindustria has pointed out, that is to say, to accelerate the procedures to benefit from the Industry 5.0 program. What can you tell us about it? Well, this is an effect of the current economic situation, which is a slow-paced growth and not a economic crisis period. We have high interest rates, uncertainty in the global outlooks, and this has depressed investments. Investments are closely connected to productivity, and we do have an issue with productivity in this country, but in Europe too. And so one of the possibilities to determine a fast growth in productivity is to approach digitalization. And in today's world, digitalization cannot be disjointed from environmental friendliness, which will be the big topic for the future years. Industry 5.0 is an attempt to combine these two aspects, these two chapters, so digital transition on the one hand and environmental transition on the other. There are some positive aspects. 13 billion euros, it's a high amount, but there are also many negative aspects, such as the high degree of bureaucracy, short timelines. We should not forget that the 5.0 program derives from the National Resilience and Recovery Plan, so it expires at the end of 2025. Enforcement decrees are not yet released, so we have 1 year and a half to apply it. Whoever makes machines knows that this is too short an horizon. On top of that, there is a need for certifications demonstrating energy savings before and after the project accomplishment, and everything needs to be accounted for within March 2026 and put into service at the end of 2025. So the question, the issue is really big. Don't you have the feeling that we are very good at shooting ourselves in the foot by doing so? Yes, I have this impression very often. I am under this impression, but I also know that these topics and themes are very well known, but solutions are becoming more and more complex. Complexity is not suitable for a world that is running and needs to change very quickly. Just to give you the flavor, there is a huge variability and uncertainty and undetermined situation in the worldwide economy. And so we need to change programs and plans very quickly. So I am under the impression that anything that is public and governmental in general does not proceed to the same speed as the industry does. So the sooner we can keep up with this pace, the better it is. And I'm also referring to the European arena that has become extremely full of bureaucracy, and even companies, businesses and citizens perceive Europe more as an interest than a promoting agent. I am in favor of Europe and I belong to an association that is very much pro-Europe, but I would like a European organization that really doesn't focus on regulatory affairs only, but also puts forward proposals. So big industrial policies, competitiveness policies, and infrastructure policies are made in Europe. Well, possibly. Do you think the next elections, the upcoming elections, will help us? Well, this is a very hard question to address. For sure, as citizens, the elections are an opportunity for us. I don't want to give any electoral opinions here, but certainly being able to select the people that want to go to Europe to work seriously, and it's a hard job, but type of work that really is oriented to improving the competitiveness of businesses. Businesses and enterprises create jobs, create well-being, and so enterprises need to be stimulated and promoted. Very last question, and let me take advantage of your kindness. Confindustria Macchine, the industrial associations for machine manufacturers, you mentioned the need to bring strengths together. What could these novelties be and what could these strengths be? Well, first of all, by joining the efforts, we could create a critical mass that works in terms of advocacy and lobbying efforts. In Europe, for example, I dealt with the packaging industry, and without giving you the details, I can tell you that on the other hand, on European stands, they are well aware of the strength and power of the stakeholders. So we need to make our voices as employers and businessmen, industrialists heard in Europe. And then there is the growth of services. The minimum size of the associations that sometimes are too small in membership to provide an adequate assistance and support. Let me give you an example. One of the topics that will be coming to the surface in the next years is environment, social responsibility and governance. These are very complex topics. They will have an impact on all businesses, no matter what size they are, small, large and medium. So this is an opportunity to start disseminating these topics and provide assistance enterprises. So, the industry of machine making needs to be present on worldwide arenas, the Middle East, Africa. We need services of different kinds that a small enterprise and a small association alone cannot not have. Thank you for being with us. Wish you all the best.